Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I thought you were going to sing with me.
Oh, see, I was trying to think of the beat. I was going to do the beat, but I couldn't think of the beat.
Welcome, welcome.
There you go. Waterfall.
Man, these lyrics gonna end up. Yeah. Put me up. This is some straight vibes.
All right, welcome guys. Welcome back to another episode of Bar2Bar podcast, where we bring bars from your favorite songs to the bar and we discuss. I'm your host, Nicolette.
I'm your host, Will.
Okay, wait, before the notes, I just had to make sure they were up. Look, so a new bottle, a little ASMR for you guys. New bottle. I've actually never had this.
She hasn't. I have. Pretty good. On the cheaper side, but doesn't taste like it.
Okay, so I'm not gonna be. It's not giving college.
You're not gonna be singing like.
Okay. Oh, did you pour? You didn't pour it?
Not yet.
All right.
I was gonna let you do the honors.
All right. A little pour. Anyways, how you been feeling?
No, I've been good. It's been a good week.
That's
I can't complain. How about yourself?
You know my weeks be all over the place, so we not even going. I feel like this is this in?
I feel like it's gonna be in the way. That's why I put it in the middle.
But is it in the middle? Is it giving like Bar2Bar, buy our bottle?
I think no, but it is definitely showing bar.
Wait, I think we should put it over here. Okay. Yeah, you could still see.
No free promo.
Yeah, you know what it is. Anyways,
But they see this and they want to pay us and give us bottles. We'll take it.
for sure. Shout out Milagro.
Look.
All right, so cheers.
Cheers. Very good.
Yeeshk.
Yishka. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's not too bad
Right.
actually.
Ain't no
I thought
better.
it was gonna get like, you know when you take a
As it-
shot and you feel it and then you thought it was gonna.
And then yeah.
So I went ahead and yeeshk, but
Yeah, nah.
okay, all right. Well, I fuck with it actually. Wait, so y'all don't have this at the bar?
Nope.
Oh, because I was gonna ask how much does that go for? I'd have to go to like a Mexican restaurant because I think I've seen it. That's the only reason why I know this, because I've seen the different ones on shelves. And if you know me, you know I love a Mexican fiesta, honey. Right, and actually when this show appears or drops, Cinco de Mayo will have passed, but it's actually tomorrow. Do you have Cinco de Mayo plans?
Yeah. I'm gonna be at work.
Well, that's fun
good,
because your work is
I'm
nightlife.
excited for it. Not even gonna lie.
I don't think I've ever worked. That's not true. Actually, I did work one Cinco de Mayo. I actually quit a job on Cinco de Mayo once, nightlife. So that one was fun because it was my last day and it was Cinco de Mayo. Yo, I be quitting on holidays, bro.
So you quit the other job on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, so I be go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, my word of advice, a little bar tip early. Quit on holidays if you're quitting nightlife or anything, shit, because it's a holiday and nobody gives a fuck.
Don't get drunk afterwards or while you're doing it.
Right.
It's a great time.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the song. This week we are doing The First Cut is the Deepest. Baby, I know. No, we're doing Sheryl Crow's The First Cut is the Deepest. This.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Sheryl Crow.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something. I was trying to look that song up and I couldn't find it. You know why I couldn't find the damn thing? I kept on putting share. Okay. I put share in the first cut and it would never come up.
But you remember the song, right? Like not necessarily all the word for word, but you've heard
but
the
I've
song.
heard the song before. But I was getting so angry.
Oh, so when I told you the
back.
song I was doing, I didn't put the artist?
No, you did. I just was being slow.
Oh.
That was completely on me, not on you. You did the right thing. I was just being slow until I finally decided, let me go check this image one more time, and then it clearly states Sheryl Crow.
That's wild because I thought what you were going to say is when I looked it up, I couldn't find it because so many different artists covered it.
Oh, no. I found the exact one once I put in the right artist.
Oh, okay. Cool,
Put in
cool.
Cher. My dumb ass.
No, not Cher, but actually it's a good point. I'm going to find a good Cher song because we know. Do you believe in life after love?
Hey, auto-tune was real with that one.
That was like the not innovation of it, but that was like on the leading edge of it. And I remember hearing it like, whoa, what is that sound too?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I used to like that song. I used to sing that song into the fan. You know how you talking to the fan, you give you that voice. You be sitting there. You believe in love.
And it would just.
It would give that. Yeah. That's hey, I know y'all done that before, so don't judge me. Like she always said, judge your mama.
I don't tell them to judge their mama. I say argue with your mama.
Oh.
Not me.
Oh,
but,
never mind.
Judge your mama is a good one too. Cause look, Freaknik finna come out. So don't say nothing. Cause y'all mamas and y'all aunties was born nearer. So judge them. Not us.
Sitting there with the side eye like.
Right. Anyways, that's hilarious. Not judge your mama.
Hey, I'll take judge your mama. You got what you say you got? You got argue with your mama.
Argue with your mama, not
I got judge your mama. So judge your mama.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start with what you pouring. After hearing the song.
What you pouring?
Yeah. I feel like mine it's not racist, but it's stereotypical.
What you got?
Because I was like, it's whiskey, but you know, country people drink whiskey.
Hey.
Well, country white folks. I mean, country black folk too, but
Yeah, that's true.
when I think of like a white bar, I think of Jameson.
Jameson? Okay.
Like the first cut is the deepest is giving. I'm heartbroken. Just give me a shot of Jameson.
Let's go with, for me, I'm going to say Jack.
Whiskey.
I'm going to say Jack. Yeah, definitely whiskey. That's the first thing I thought of when, because like you said, it's a country song, but not just because it's a country song, but when I see somebody drinking whiskey, like when I automatically assume, let me get a shot of bourbon or whiskey, they're coming in after having a hard day.
Yeah, that's true.
They're having a hard day. Ain't nobody saying, let me get a shot. Ain't nobody saying, let me get a shot of tequila after having a hard day.
Yes, they do.
For real? I ain't.
We do. All my friends,
Actually,
when we're like, yo, we're the new
generation.
All, it's not even a shot. They say we're going to get a bottle.
Yeah, we're a different breed.
Yo, I went out the other day, bro. We had a bottle of De Leon in the car. We went to a few spots after that, man, on a ride there. I'm talking about we pulling up because it's different cars. We pulling up. Some of us parked first. Me and my homegirls parked first. Other friends is coming through. She like, take a shot. Got a whole bottle in the car. That's what I'm saying. So after a hard day or after a hard week,
I think that's for
it's bottles.
I think that's definitely for us. For us, it's tequila bottles.
New age is bottles, man. Tequila.
Old school is more so like Henny or Jack or like you said, Jameson.
Yeah.
I still don't mind Jameson.
Okay, really quick before we move on to the next segment. So we both agree it's some type of whiskey.
Yes, ma'am.
How many shots?
Of whiskey for that song?
For that, yeah.
That song is about 3 minutes and some change long. So I'm going to say 3 shots, a shot a minute.
That's a good one. I'm gonna double it. I'm just gonna say 6. Because
for that song,
bro, think about your the first cut.
First cut is always the deepest. Like you said, we know what they're talking about
because you've never experienced this type of pain before. So you're trying to mask it. So it's giving double shot to me. For sure.
If you're one of those people, yeah, it's definitely 6. If you're somebody like me, I'm gonna say 3.
Okay.
Bars. What about
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, appreciate that. What about you got the what you got next?
We're gonna check some ID. So when do you think the song came out? The check some ID is interesting on this because of how many people covered it.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not a clue because I did not cheat by looking at the year.
That's good.
So can you give me a range?
Like a ballpark?
Like okay, 90s, 80s, 70s. Which one?
Which one would you like to pick? Which one do you think is the honestly?
Which one I think is close? Okay, that's cool.
Honestly, you're right for all of those. Like outside of Sheryl Crow,
it's been covered multiple.
It's been covered in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and the 60s.
So when did the song drop? Oh my God!
The Sheryl Crow version, I think, was the latest version that has come out.
So we were doing the Sheryl Crow. So there is an original
yes.
of this song. Okay, so the Sheryl Crow, I'm going to go with the 90s, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to say 1997.
No.
Damn it, son of a shit.
2003.
Oh.
October 20th, 2003. Now, let me tell you what's so interesting about this. I knew that Rod Stewart made this song. Well, cover. I didn't know it was a cover, but I thought he was the originator of it.
Okay.
He did his in 1977. But honestly, what's interesting about this is a bar fact. So this song originally came out in 1967 by a guy named Cat Stevens.
Okay.
So it's from the 60s, late 60s. And it was a hit for him, I believe.
Okay.
Yes, it was a hit for him. Every single person who has came out with the song after that, it was a hit. It's always been a hit. So if you wanna drop a hit tomorrow, bro, just do this song.
First cut.
Just do it. And it's word for word. Like, for the most part, there are some words that are changed, but if you wanted to
I just gotta go talk
complete cover, make sure you get the copyright.
Right, I gotta talk to them.
Yeah.
People.
Yo, you'll get a hit. So anybody want to cover this song, you're going to get a hit.
I can't sing, so I'm going to get on autotune. Yeah.
With the fan or with the real shit?
had a mic right behind the fan and start talking to
Yo, you might be starting something.
Hey, watch
Look,
out.
we're in the age of shock value. Do it with the fan. Don't do it with the real thing.
And you know what? We're also at the age where any song, all you need is a hit lyric, just a lyric.
Yeah.
Not even a full verse, a hit lyric and a good beat. You're good.
Yeah. So basically this song was covered. Because we don't know all these artists.
Right.
But so it was originated in 1967. It was a hit in 1967 again. Somebody actually covered it the same year.
God,
a woman. And it was a hit for her in 1967. Again in 1973, 1977, 1994, 1995, the very next year, and 2003.
Okay, so
that's wild.
Quite a few times for the same song, but at the same time though, when you think about it, that song, the type of song that is, you can remake that over and over again because it's one of those songs which still factors into what we're talking about right now. It's one of those songs that can be played whenever, wherever, because it's a heartbreak song. A heartbreak song can be played at any time because heartbreak happens all the time.
And I think it's not even so much just of heartbreak. It's talking about the first one. If you're going to, always going to be a first one.
Absolutely.
So it's like the first cut is the deepest. It's going to ring true for my kids, and all the ancestors ahead of me. I mean, behind me. What does that mean?
Behind you, all the ancestors that were before you, and then all of the people that's going to come from you.
Right.
Later on.
So I think it can work whenever. Even the musicality, the country, all of it. Yeah, it's simple, it's easy, it's a good time. Oh, we're going to get into it because that is a question I want to ask you.
My first heartbreak. And then, you know what? A question I'm going to ask you when we talk about it. The song that you played for your first heartbreak.
Oh, I got to listen to it. Well,
I remember the first song.
Okay, so I have varying answers.
Okay.
So we'll get to it.
Okay.
Don't forget that.
It's going to be dope.
Okay, so let's go bar to bar really quick.
So excited.
Well, not really quick, but you know what I mean. Let's
Yeah.
go bar to bar.
Let's hit it.
All right, first one is I would have given you all of my heart, but there's someone who's torn it apart. And he's taken just all that I have, but if you want, I'll try to love again. Bro, I will say the main reason for me in the past not wanting a relationship was because someone took my heart and torn it apart. Mm-hmm. And I would try to love again for other people. I mean, yeah, for other people, but it always ended up in misery. Because you go from the cut, what do they say? Like, to get over an old man, just get under a new one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Get over your ex.
That rebound.
Yeah.
That rebound situation.
I'm not good with rebound situations. They've never, ever, ever worked out for me. Mm-hmm. More than likely, I don't even want to rebound.
Right.
But it's just crazy because it's like her saying, well, all of them, but her saying, I would have, like, literally think about like that person that this is such a great person. I would have given you my entire heart. Mm-hmm. But bro, this motherfucker stomped on that sheet. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And guys deal with it.
A-Town stomp.
Guys deal with it like, it's funny because y'all be, let me not call y'all out. Anyways, but y'all.
No. Say it. We are here.
Y'all get hurt in the first grade and don't let it go, bro.
Hey, I got hurt in the 5th grade.
Exactly. Somewhere in middle school, y'all get hurt. Elementary school, middle school, something about the Valentine's Day didn't go to the way you planned it. It's just, or just random days that just didn't go how you wanted it. And y'all literally carry that shit to y'all grave till y'all finally go to therapy. Maybe.
She hurt me.
So what happened in fifth grade, Will?
Man, let me tell
Was that your
y'all,
first heartbreak?
yes,
Want to just
it
get okay?
was.
Let's just get into it. What was your first heartbreak?
She hurt me, okay? Y'all, she hurt. If you listened to this,
Oh my God, what happened?
nah, she chose the other boy over me. That's all.
How though? How did it go down?
We were so. It's just like I asked her.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
play
asked
you
her
a
to be my
shot
girl. Yeah, I need a shot.
because the first cut is the deepest. You can pretend this is Jameson, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so wait, go.
So,
Give us the rundown.
I asked her to be my girlfriend. You know, we in the 5th grade. Ain't nothing
Man, the
serious.
good old days when guys were just blunt and was like, "Be my girlfriend, yes or no."
You write a note. You know what I'm saying? You know how it go. You write a note. You think everything good. So you write a note.
Mm-hmm.
You be my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Man, she bought it up and threw it in the trash. Man, I was so hurt. She hurt me, man. I was like, yo, that's crazy. But it was all good, though. I mean, I was a kid. But here's the funny part.
Okay.
So the song that I listened to for that heartbreak was called You're Out of My Life by Michael Jackson.
She's out of my... Oh my God. Yo, cue the violins, cue the 90s
Man,
heartbreak, what you call it, music video.
I was in my room. This is back when living in apartments in Stone Mountain, Georgia. I was in my room playing that song on a little stereo that we had, and my mom, who back then was dating women, her girlfriend came in there and was like, what are you doing? And I was sitting there. I wasn't crying or anything like that. I was just sad because I really liked the girl. Man,
10 years old.
I was in there writing a note to her, and I was basically writing the lyrics telling her that you're out of my life. She's like, what? You were too young to be feeling this way. And I was just sitting there just looking all sad, and she's like, man, you don't turn this shit off. I was like, you know what? You're right. But I still kept writing that note after she left. I never gave it to the girl.
Wait,
though.
so you should have you and your mom talked about that since? Does she laugh at you now?
Oh, we all laugh about it. We all laugh about it. It's funny now because it's just like I was only, like you said, around the age of 10, maybe somewhere in there. And this is what I'm doing at 10. Most kids are not even thinking about girls like that at the age of 10. Some aren't. Obviously, I was like, yo.
You know what's crazy? I think I'm the type of parent to let my child feel those emotions and just be super emo with them.
My mom and her girlfriend was like, yo, you too young to be feeling like this. You need to be a kid. What are you doing? So it's like, it's one of those things where like,
I mean, yeah.
you can say that at the same time. It's like, I've always been the type of person to express, or my emotions will be worn on my sleeve, no matter how old I was. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's just like, you're gonna know.
Right.
Even if I don't say it verbally, you're gonna see it on my face. You know what I'm saying? So they saw it on my face. I was so sad.
Willie.
Yeah, Lil Willie was sad. Lil Willie was feeling it.
You want to know what's interesting? So you had asked me, I'm going to get to my first heartbreak. Well, let me just say it. So actually, my very first heartbreak are very different. It actually are both well, you can have the first. I just don't remember which one came first. Okay, I'll do first in different categories.
Okay.
But they're not love related. I don't even remember my first heartbreak. Yes, I do.
You do.
Yes, I do.
See, and that's the thing about it. It does not always have to be heartbreak. Does not always have to be love related.
Right, and that's what I'm getting
Yeah,
to. So like so y'all gonna think this is interesting. I'm gonna think like, bitch, what you talking about? But I was actually I remember being really like shocked and just like distraught. So long story short, I remember the day I found out you had to match all of your clothing all the time.
What you mean match? Like what you wore?
What you wore, it had to match. Like how what we're wearing right now matches the black top with some jeans and white sneakers is cool.
Yeah.
There's color scheme.
Yeah.
I literally remember the day I realized you had to do that. And to me, it seemed like so stupid.
So you was tacky date.
Bro, my mom, I remember one time she dressed me and I didn't get it yet. One time before I realized, she dressed me And no, she didn't dress me. She let me dress myself.
Okay.
And I remember coming downstairs in these candy cane striped red and white leggings, a purple shirt,
Okay.
and like yellow socks or something. It was either yellow or orange.
Okay.
But I'm like, we're in the house. We're not going anywhere. So it doesn't matter.
yeah.
Oh, no. Actually, we were going to the store. Like just the market or something.
Okay. You was expressing yourself with colors. Okay.
I mean, to me, it wasn't even expressing myself. I was like, you put on a shirt, you put on pants, and you put on
some socks, and
right.
let's go. Like,
let's go.
Right.
And she, like, the cutest Chuck. I remember her reaction. It was one of like, aw, that's so cute. Like, look, she tried to dress herself. And I remember her, but I was like dumbfounded at that. I remember being like, what you laugh? Like, dead ass, like curious, like, what's so funny? Like,
dead ass, B, what's funny?
This is what I wanted to, I mean, what's the problem?
Yeah.
I didn't get it then.
Yeah.
I got it later on being at my best friend's house. I used to be babysat at her house, and they were talking. I don't remember the full conversation, but I remember the realization, like, you have to match every single day.
You can't just go out there looking like
whoever.
a tornado.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That was my first heartbreak.
Damn.
Like, I can't just. And then later on, I found out, like, your blacks have to match, and I was like, you know what? Fuck all of y'all. I am rebelling. This is stupid. My first heartbreak was a little different. It was just, I just remember just feeling really distraught and sad. Like, I have to think about this. Because I look good, but I'm not a fashionista. So I never cared, you know, and I still don't care. But I can look good. I'll put it on.
Yeah, put that shit on.
I don't like to shop. I've never liked to shop. It's not a thing of mine. I like to look good. I just can't wait till I get a stylist. And they pick it out, and I just
put that shit on.
Say yes or no.
Right.
Yes, no. Cool.
Yep.
I'm excited for that.
Oh, it's coming. We're going to speak that into existence.
Right.
Stylist.
The next heart.
All of it.
Oh.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. No, I was just saying we getting all of that. Stylist and everything. Sure. It's coming. But go, what's the next one?
The next heartbreak, actually, it's a love for a parent. So it was the first time I was heartbroken. I think it's just off of me. You know, when you're a kid, you take everything at face value. Mm-hmm. So obviously, well, not obviously, but for me, growing up, my dad was the smartest person I knew. I just thought he knew everything, but I was a little kid asking little kid questions. So of course he knew all the answers.
Everything.
I wasn't over here asking rocket science questions.
Right. I felt the same way. I'm behind you on that, 110%.
So in 5th grade, I believe it was 5th grade, I was getting into basketball because I wanted to be like hip with the boys. I just remember feeling like I need to be cool with the boys.
Yeah.
So I started watching a lot of Celtics games. I grew up in Boston. So I started watching them on TV, and I just didn't understand something about fouls. There's so many different fouls.
Yes.
So I remember I couldn't wait for my dad to come home so I can ask him, what is this foul? Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
Right.
And because there's different ones.
Yeah.
My dad said, I don't know. And my heart broke in half.
Because he knew everything to you.
He knew everything. And that was the first time I realized, like, it humanized him. And I didn't like that.
Oh.
I wanted him to be a superhero.
Yeah.
And stay that superhero.
Yeah,
so at 10 years old, I realized my dad isn't a superhero. And it broke my heart.
Damn.
So that was the very first.
It's like realizing there's no such thing as Santa Claus.
I didn't give a fuck about that. I knew that up front because I was like, it just don't make sense. Mm-hmm. But
ain't
just
no fat white man going through that little skinny ass.
We didn't even have a chimney, bro. So
that's what makes it even funnier.
We lived in like a townhome thing.
Ain't no damn chimney. Yeah, you talk about you walk through the front door and get shot.
And I think for me, because our family's Caribbean, a lot of the things I would watch on TV didn't represent my household.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a lot of it was, this is what the white people do on TV. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, yeah, I mean, Santa Claus could be real. He going to y'all houses, but he not coming to our Caribbean house.
He ain't coming to
That's not how it works.
Caribbean folk fuck around and it won't be no more Santa Claus. You coming to Caribbean house.
Facts. So it was just like, that's not real life for us. This is what we do. Like, what you mean?
Yeah,
like
my parents bought this shit.
Facts.
You know?
Damn,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I say all that to say too. Okay, so wait, do I have a first? I do have a first heartbreak in like love wise.
Yeah.
I'll say it was in 5th grade, 10 years old too.
See, she goddamn 10
I had the
year-olds.
biggest crush on this on this little boy who was in the same grade as me,
Say guy.
named Michael.
Oh,
I was obsessed with Michael, and my friend, she ended up, I think she ended up coming to our school in the 4th grade, and she was a white girl named Jamie, and I remember when Michael basically was like, he likes Jamie and not me. And
fuck Michael. I don't like him.
I remember, you know what? I still have the journal.
You do?
It's a Winnie the Pooh journal.
That is.
And I used to write in it. I can only write in it in purple. I had a purple pen and I only wrote in it in purple.
That's
and
pretty
I
good.
have all of my journal. I should have brought it. I didn't think about it.
That's an artifact right there. I ain't
It
gonna lie
is.
to you.
I still have it. That's where I got my love for writing and literature and stuff
Right.
like that.
Right.
I mean, I was just writing to express myself, but eventually those turned into poems, which turned into songs, which turned in obviously
A musical career.
yeah. And then I mean, this is like a diary, podcast in audio form. So
We speaking, talking about it.
but yeah, that was my first cut. But I say all that to say it. Now I say all that to say I don't listen to music when I'm sad. It hurts too much. It's too powerful. So I don't listen to heartbreak music.
Oh no, not anymore. So for me, I don't listen to heartbreak music, but I do turn to music to help me get through tough times. But it's not heartbreak music, or it's not the sad music.
Yes, it is. You just said she's out of my life.
No, that was then. That's about now. Now it's different. Now I turn to music to like help inspire me. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I
saying?
have to
help
blast.
get me out of that funk. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm turning on Gucci Mane. I'm turning on Future. I'm turning on especially Future. Shout out to the GOAT.
I have to be in the mood. You know, my favorite breakup song, one of them is, I think it was episode 3 or 2? 3. Ain't It Funny?
Ain't it funny? Ain't
But
it
that's
funny?
that's down the line when
Right.
I'm like healing and
Yeah,
then things
yeah,
come
yeah.
back.
And you turning up at that time. You like, hey, yeah, I see you coming back.
Another one is Back Up on My Bullshit. That's a newer one.
Back up on my bush.
BS by Janae Aiko.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have 3. What's my third one? Oh, He Wasn't Man Enough for Me.
He wasn't man enough for me. You think? Yeah, yeah. Know that song too.
Those are top
all
3s.
too well.
Those are top 3s. But yeah, I don't listen to music when I'm sad. Like a lot of people like to go in a room and be in the dark and listen to Adele. I just can't do it. It hurts too much. Music is too powerful for me to like let that happen.
Yeah.
I do remember having some moments though where, and we're gonna move on to the bars, guys. But really quick, I do remember having some moments where I remember being cheated on really bad in right before my senior year of college. And because I'm not the type to listen to music with it, and I was doing an internship, I was really busy that summer. Like I cried and I processed, but I was on the go.
Right.
And trying to hide my emotions and how hurt I was from my friends
Right.
who I was living with at the time. And I remember there's a song on Beyonce's album. It had just came out. It was off her 4th album called 4, and it's called I Miss You. It was written by Frank Ocean. And I remember just that the song is so heartfelt and it's so stripped and almost like a naked type feel and very vulnerable. And I just finally let myself cry, like a great cry. And I cried through writing my own song to that song, which is how I started writing music. When I was a kid, I didn't have any resources or instrumentals.
Right.
So I would write songs to songs. And I went back to that. And when artists be like, yeah, it's so therapeutic to just this, that, and the third, for me, I understand. That's when I finally understood it, because it is very powerful. And when you see it down on paper, that shit is real. And you can't help but cry and let it all out because it's real. You know what I mean? So that's why these songs really transcend, because it's like, bro, we belong together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's...
So, question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone back and do you still have those songs?
Yeah, I have
It's all
that.
in the journal, right? Or it's in a different...
It's in a different... I have this huge binder that's actually like a... You remember those big binders we used to get, and they were kind of like a fabric? And
the
you
one,
can
the
zip
3-ring
up.
binders?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
can
understand
zip
about-
them up.
Yeah.
I have that
know.
still.
So
And all of them are in there from 12 years old to like after college.
so knowing that you have that, have you ever gone back and read those?
Yeah.
And then the emotion kind of comes back a little bit?
No. Actually, the emotion doesn't come back for me because a lot of those things weren't written from emotion. A lot of them were written just as fun, and if it was therapeutic, it wasn't in the therapy form of I'm trying to get through this hurdle. It was more so like therapeutic in the way like I like to zone out when I write and I'm just into the music and I'm just,
Okay.
So, but it does put me back in that place though.
I mean,
but I don't feel those emotions.
Right,
it's almost
right.
like, when you see music videos and like the person's going through it and their new version that's singing the song is like sitting there.
Right. Yeah.
That's
Sit
like
there
me.
watching.
It's me sitting there watching myself
Go through it.
Yeah.
But you're not not getting back into that emotional attachment that you was in there before.
No.
You're looking at yourself like, this is where I was, but I'm good now.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Understood.
Okay, let's move on to the next bar. This song is simple, so we don't have too many bars. Baby, I'll try to love again, but I know the first cut is the deepest, which I think that's actually where I was going to ask you what was your first heartbreak. So that's basically self-explanatory because we already went to the whole spill of that. The next one is, this was the one that was kind of like, I get it, but I don't. So she says, but when it comes to being lucky, he's cursed. When it comes to loving me, he's worst. That one, I was like, is it giving poetic? When it comes to being lucky, he's cursed type shit. So Cat Stevens, the one who originally wrote the song, he said, when it comes to loving me, she's worst, which I get.
Yes.
But when it comes to being loved, she's first. And I was like, yo, why did she change it? Because that shit right there, that I understand, and that shit is real.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to, when it comes to loving me, she's worst.
She sucks at loving me.
Exactly. But when it comes to being loved,
he loves her
she's
first. He puts her first.
That's some real shit. As
That
simple as that is,
that is some real shit.
y'all probably like, bitch, this some, what do you, no, go think
about
back
it. Yeah, think
to that
about
person.
And
if you going through it right now, you understand, like you feeling it. Some of y'all just not in that mode, or some of y'all on this hot girl summer brink, on this hoochie daddy shorts movement, and I get it. You can stay there,
trying to be rescued.
But just for this episode, go back to when it hurt, when that cut was the deepest. You know what I mean? And when it came to loving her, who's that in your life? When it comes to loving her, she's first, bro.
Back in the 5th grade, I put her first. And she threw me
Nobody
in the trash.
else
She threw me in the
since?
trash. Almost since, yeah. I mean, still since. So like when I was married, you know what I'm saying? I said married. When I was married.
Married.
Yes, married. That's a Southern that came out. But yeah, when I was married, like, yeah, that was another situation.
We gotta drink to all of this because at this point, we about to go there.
Man, that's good.
Okay, so when you were married.
So yeah, when I was married. So like, first off, let me start off by saying there was in no way, shape, or form a one-way situation in that. I had my dirt too. In forms of saying, yes, I cheated. I did. But we both had our what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It's just
Infidelities.
Infidelities or and also the
Shortcomings.
Yeah, that's the word I'm really looking for. Okay. Shortcomings. So I felt like at one point in the marriage relationship, I was loving her first, and she was loving me the worst. But I mean, it all goes back to, again, the infidelities within the relationship.
Yeah.
That scarred her and scarred myself.
Do you think she could possibly say the same for you when it comes to loving her, you're worst, and when it comes to being loved, you were first?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know.
Gotcha.
Because throughout the whole thing, everything was good until it wasn't. If that makes sense.
No, yeah, it does. I say stuff like that all the time. I'll be like, I say it about certain zodiac signs, like you can trust them until you can't.
Exactly.
Some of them are loyal until they're just not.
And that's
There's
that's how it was.
if you know, you know. If you know what that means, for sure.
Because I'm not about to sit here and act like I was just an angel. Because I wasn't. And, you know.
Well, that's good honesty. I'm proud of you.
Hey, thank you.
But yeah, I just thought that bar was pretty fire. I think they shouldn't have changed it.
Yeah, I don't like how she did it. I like how he did it.
Yeah.
How she did it is just lucky.
When it comes to being lucky, he's cursed.
Like I don't even understand that. But
when it comes to loving me, he's worse.
Yeah,
it's just
when it comes to, I understand that when it comes to loving me, he's worse, because it sounds like she's saying when it comes to loving me, he sucks at it. He does not love me, and I see it and I feel it.
But when it comes to being lucky, he's cursed. So I guess he's not. He's just unlucky in love. So I guess that what it is?
That could be.
I feel like they should have just kept it how it was, because that shit, you feel it, you hear it,
right?
And I had to look at that. Well, I looked up the lyrics, period, but. You know, I watched the video first just to see if there was anything in there. It's just a typical early 2000s video. Nothing significant. But it's literally her on a horse in like the Grand Canyon or some shit.
Singing it.
Right. But that's typical 2000s. So, yeah, I had to look up the lyrics after, and I was like, that's what she said? Okay. I mean, I guess.
What was the lyric one more time?
What she said?
Yeah.
But when it comes to being lucky, he's cursed. When it comes to loving me, he's worst.
So if y'all would, just comment below. Let us know what y'all actually think that lyric means.
Yeah.
So we get some feedback to get an understanding for us. Because we don't understand the first part.
I mean, we have an idea, but it's just like, I mean, art is for interpretation.
Exactly. So this is an open, opinionated form type of thing. So just speak on it. Let us know what y'all think, please.
Basically, if you were looking at the painting, what do you see?
Exactly.
That's what I wanted this show to be. You know that, right? It's exactly that. It's just music.
Right.
But all of the songs to me are, because that's how I've always looked at songs, like paintings.
Yeah. That's exactly, in my opinion, that's what music is. It's art.
Mm-hmm. And it's left for interpretation, unless it's literally like, fuck your mama.
Fuck you, nigga.
Well, he meant fuck your mama.
He meant it.
Right.
That's exactly what he said. He said he's going to shoot you in the face. I think that's pretty straightforward and clear.
Right. Next bar we have is, I still want you by my side just to help me dry the tears that I've cried. It's literally just crazy to me how they always say don't go back to the person who hurt you, who caused the wound. Or what is it? It's, okay, not verbatim, but they always say don't go back to the person who caused the, in this case, cut in the first place to heal that cut.
Right.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
But do you think that sometimes the person who cut you can possibly heal you? Do you think that?
Yes, I do think that.
Give an example.
I would say, I mean, honestly, for myself, I use myself for example.
Okay.
Let's go back to my marriage. During that situation, when the infidelities and all that, the shortcomings took place, we both kind of grasped to each other to kind of look for healing within each other. Mm-hmm. Was that a good thing? Maybe. Did it work? A little bit. Mm-hmm. But
was it a lot of, but you did this? Okay, but what about when you did that?
No. There was neither one of us at that time or any time through anything that one another did back in each other's faces.
That's good, because that's what I think of when it's like, I'm going back to you to heal.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, but you caused this.
Yeah, no.
And then the person be like, okay, but you did this.
Yeah, nobody was going blow for blow or throwing low blows or anything like that whatsoever.
That's healthy.
Yeah, it was. So it was. I wouldn't say it was a toxic. It was toxic. Like going back, it's just it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? That's all. It didn't work, and that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, that's my example. What about you?
I can see that. Well, here's the thing with that lyric. I actually want to bring up one of my lyrics.
Okay, what you got?
It's a song that I haven't released yet. It's called Again, which is one of my favorite songs that I've written. Okay. Because that song actually did come from heartbreak.
Really?
A cut. And it's called Again. But so I'll say I'll say her bar again. It's I still want you by my side just to help me dry the tears that I've cried.
Okay.
That's pretty self-explanatory. And then mine, what I said in my song again, oh baby, and this time, love me even if it's not forever, just until my tears dry.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely feel that.
So like it's kind of similar in the way that, yeah, I do think the person who hurt you can possibly help you heal.
Mm-hmm.
In my case, what I've said is just come, like I want to do this again, and it's okay if it doesn't last forever.
Right.
Just let me have some closure with this.
Exactly.
Let's try this again. Let's
Exactly.
do it one more time, and just love me until my tears dry. When I have that closure, when I'm like, okay, chapter's closed, my tears have dried, and I want you by my side to help me do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember being in that place like, yo, I don't care if this shit don't last forever. I just want this nigga by my side until I can, until I can heal, until we can heal.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But obviously, if that happened for me, I would have been in an even more shitty place.
Yes.
I would have been an even more crazy, messed up place because that human being was unable to help me because and this is my opinion, he has every right to disagree, but looking back, because hindsight is 2020, there was nothing he can do to help me. Actually, what he did in being distant and just pulling away was the best thing because it helped me realize this is who that person is. This is not the person that's going to come in and help you heal. You know what I'm saying?
Coming in to swoop in and pick you up,
Yeah.
swoop you off your feet and save
Yeah.
you type of thing.
What I wanted would have backfired in my face. Had he
Absolutely.
stayed with me until my tears dried, I don't think the tears would have ever dried.
Nope. Based off of what you're saying, it's just not even, you're not even telling me who this person is, but based off of what you're saying, you are telling me who this person is, if that makes sense. Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It would not have helped you at all. It would have put you in a deeper hole.
Yep,
It would have put you in a deeper state of depression if you was depressed at the time.
for sure.
You would not have healed at all. You would have been healing backwards,
For sure.
opening the wound more and more the longer he
Because
stayed.
I would have been looking for more. I would have
Exactly.
been looking
And he
for...
didn't want to give more.
That's all right. I ain't need it anyway.
Yeah.
Shit, look at me now.
Yeah, fuck, nigga.
All right, let's move on. No, but that was dope though. Like
Yeah,
that was some real shit for real, for real.
absolutely.
I really can't wait to release that song. I haven't yet. I don't know, for some reason it's about timing, and I'm actually trusting it because just like with this show, just like with Bar2Bar, Bar2Bar developed into what this is now, and you finished it off.
Right.
Adding Will to the component of this show. I've sat on this show. I think I've said this before in some episode.
About a year and some change, maybe 2 years.
No, it was a year and some change,
Okay.
for sure. Almost 2 years. You came in at the tail end before it was 2 years,
Right.
and you were the completing component of it, and which literally just sealed it all together. Just us bouncing the ideas off of each other, finalizing it, and so that's how I feel with this song. It's gonna come out. It's just in a gestation period right now.
Right.
All right, cool. I think I got one more bar, and then we can get into the 86.
Okay.
Last one is I'm sure gonna give you a try. Sorry. Last one is I'm sure gonna give you a try because if you want, I'll try to love again. It's crazy because I don't want to ever try to love again. Not ever. That's not true because the situation I was talking about with the song Again,
Right.
I did try to love again.
Yeah.
But nowadays, bro, I just be like, nigga, bye.
You can't block it. I ain't gonna lie to you. You can't block it because, sometimes emotions take over and it happens. It just happens. Like it, but the great thing is when it organically happens. The great thing is when you're not looking for it and it organically happens, it just flows. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're writing and the lyrics just flow as you're writing, even if you're writing it to a different beat or a different song or melody or whatever, it flows. And when it flows, it's beautiful.
It grows.
And it grows. Absolutely. That's perfect too. It flows. It's beautiful and it grows. Whereas when you're trying to force it and you're sitting there and you imagine like I'm sure you've had this because you're a writer, you're an artist, you've had a writer's block before, and you're sitting there, you're trying to force it and force it and force it, and it's not working.
Yep. And a lot of the times when you're forcing it, sometimes it doesn't even have to do with what you want. You're worried about what others want.
Exactly.
It's like, so I can see that with this trying to love again, but you're not worried per se. Like, you know that this probably shouldn't work, but it's like, no, but I'm supposed to get married in a few years because my mom's getting old, or my,
Absolutely.
she wants to see grandkids, and I
Absolutely.
want to get married first. And it's just like, you're trying to do all of that and you're forcing it, and that's not a reason to try to love again.
You're putting everybody else's needs everybody else's wants ahead of yours.
Right. Or sometimes it could be theirs too. That's true, actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, a lot of the times it is other people's pressures. Sometimes it is your own pressures. You could want that. I want kids. I want da-da-da-da.
I want this before 35. I want to be this type of person before 36 or 40 and all this stuff. And it's like,
I think also if you try to love again, and this is where I'm at right now, actually, in my life. Of course, I'm always preaching, I don't want a relationship, this and the third. My thing is, one of the leading points to that is when I think about re-entering a relationship, whoever offers it to me, one of my biggest questions, or probably my first question to myself is, in the event that this shit goes sour, are you prepared to put on that armor? Because the armor is heavy, first of all.
always.
And the bullets, they coming. And sometimes there's sneak attack bullets that come from, like, you know, when you find something out about somebody cheating and then you have those aha moments, those to me are the sneak attack bullets. It's like, oh,
Eureka.
That's why that motherfucker did da 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 da.
Yeah.
And having all those aha, are you ready to suit up? Because that's a part of relationships. No, it's not saying, oh, you have to think about the end and the worst, but it is saying you have to think about, are you ready to suit up if this shit doesn't go as planned? Because you have to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't protect themselves. They get shot and then they go shooting. But you know, I'm more of the type that'll put on the armor, but it's like, I kind of feel like I have to look at every angle. I have to look at the angle that this shit works out beautifully. I have to look at the angles where some shit you don't know what's gonna come up, but that's the unknowns that'll come up. Am I ready? Is that something I can deal with right now with all that I got going on, with whatever, or maybe I don't have anything going on, but do I even want to allow that? Because that means I'm peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do I want to put on armor right now? You know, so for me, giving love a try is basically like, all right, you can give it a try, but make sure you look at all those angles. You got to be okay with all those outcomes.
Yeah,
if this shit goes south, are you prepared to put on that armor? If this shit goes great, are you prepared to put on that ring or whatever your end goal is?
If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. That's the thing.
That's facts. I mean, I think that's very true.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say, when you, like, just like you said, you have that armor right there.
Yeah.
Just in case, but you're ready for it.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like, there's, like you said, there's the great side, there's the bad side. But also, here's the other thing that some folks don't think about, that middle. Are you prepared for the minor things that's going to happen? And it's just, has nothing to do with infidelities. It has nothing to do with also the great parts of the relationship.
It could just have to do with incompatibility.
Yes. Things that when you move with somebody, you realize, holy shit, this person is like this. Well, we need to try and fix this together. It's not like you're trying to fix that person. It's just something that you try to work through together.
Yeah.
But if y'all butt heads, are you going to give up right then and there?
Right.
Because y'all butt heads, or are you going to try and fight through that head butting moment?
See, and that's what I think about. Like, if I'm offered to be in a relationship, I'm thinking about all these angles. Because even if you stay ready so you don't have to get ready, I truly believe you're never fully ready.
Never.
You're never going to be fully prepared because you don't.
Life period. Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Shit can just be curve balls, curve bullets, whatever you want to call them.
All of it.
You know what I mean?
All of it. Yes.
And so I think about that for myself, and it's just like, I'm always preaching, I don't want a relationship, I don't want a relationship. But one of the things is, whenever I would ask myself that question, it's like, damn, like, am I ready to suit up, bro?
Are you?
If I have to, not saying that that's going to happen, but if in the event, because the beginning is all roses and butterflies.
Man.
But I'm old enough and I've gone through enough to know that it's roses and butterflies for now. You know, well, hopefully I still get some, you know, beautiful patches and gardens along the way.
Yeah.
But I know that's not it consistently. If it is, somebody's lying.
And you know, they damn it, I just had a moment. I lost it.
That's
I was
fine,
about to
that's
say
fine.
something.
It's
Go
gonna
ahead,
come
go
to
ahead.
you.
It'll come back.
But yeah, so I'm just always thinking to myself, you know, am I suited? I got to look at it at all angles. So.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. You know, you always think about when you first get into that relationship, what's that first argument going to be about? Because this person is so
Guys
perfect
do
right
that.
now.
No, guys do that. And I'm going to tell you why guys do that.
Do what?
I don't do that.
You don't think about that?
I don't think, okay, I'm not going to say I don't think women do it, but I think because we are more in touch with our emotions and how to, like, some of us, mitigate, you know, arguments and shit and try to diffuse things for the most part. Most of it. I don't know, me and my friends anyway. I think men think about that. And the reason why I say that is because I was talking to this guy sometime, like maybe 2 years or so ago. And I remember him saying that verbatim. He's like, man, shit's just been flowing so good with us. Da, da, da. Like, I can't even help it. Like, sometimes I think, like, I've already had scenarios in my head, like, what's our first argument going to be like? And I'm like, what the fuck you think about that for? Like, I was like, why would you think about, like, but he was, like, basically saying, like, not just, like, oh, I wonder what our first, like, just a question. It was, like, him, like, he's saying he put him role-playing that shit. And I'm like, what the fuck you doing that for?
Doing too much at that point.
Why are you manifesting that?
Sometimes it's like you wonder it because, like, everything's going so smoothly that, you know, you're not hoping for it or, like, trying to role-play it or anything. But you're just wondering, like, I wonder what we would argue about. Like that type of thing, like really legitimately wondering, like, because everything goes so smoothly at first.
Fact.
So then you're just like, everything's so smooth right now. Will we ever argue? Which you will. You're going to have a disagreement.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just
I
like,
always feel like if
what
you
would it be
don't
about?
have any disagreements, somebody's lying.
There is something, if it's too great or too good to be true, it might not be that good.
Not even too good to be true to me. It's more because sometimes we can self-sabotage ourselves with, is it too good to be true? For me, I just say if we don't argue at all, and I say from experience because for me, I know what the problem was. Okay, I'll say what my experience. And this was a situationship, so it counts, but it don't. But it still taught me a lesson. I remember talking to this guy when I was in my early 20s, and we never argued. We never had any hiccups. I mean, we had hiccups, but nothing where it was like an argument or anything,
It
right?
went from something small to something big.
Right, and we talked for like maybe, I'll say 4 to 6 months.
Okay.
6 months.
Yeah,
6 months.
that's a healthy talking period, I think. Yeah.
Right. One, it's too long to just be in the talking stage if you want a
That
relationship.
is- that's what I said. That's like
if you
super
want a
healthy.
relationship, I think 6 months is too long, in my opinion. But
You know what you want within the first 2 to 3 months.
men definitely do.
Especially
Women already
men.
go into situations knowing what they want. Niggas definitely know what they want once they
Within the
experience.
first month or twice.
But
yes.
going back to the story, I'll say, so I remember him and I never having arguments or any type of like, it's not even just argument. What's below an argument? Any type of button
Disagreement.
heads.
A
Like
disagreement.
button heads.
Just a disagreement.
Yeah, exactly. And I know on my end, it was because I was walking on eggshells with him. I was so terrified of losing that it could possibly be a relationship. That's why I waited so fucking long to be in a relationship. That's why I waited that 6 months.
I get that.
But I remember not wanting, because I was like, if anything goes wrong, if we butt heads, if we have an argument, he's gonna be like, I don't want it at all. Literally trying to do all the things to show and make him realize that I am the woman for him. And like literally, regardless of whether we would have butt heads or not, clearly we did it, and I still didn't get what I wanted. So I was lying. Like there were things I wanted to bring up. There was times where I remember we didn't celebrate Valentine's Day together, and my thing was, I remember him calling me like, yo, I don't know if we, and I was like, oh no, it's fine, don't worry about it, it's so cool, it's totally fine, we don't have to hang out like just being overtly understanding, because I wanted my end goal so bad. And I just didn't want to do anything to mess it up.
To jeopardize
whatever
what
he
you
wanted. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I got it.
But it really wasn't fine. You really wanted that Valentine's Day.
Bro, what?
You really wanted that whatever else.
That's why I say, like, if there's no arguments, there's no button heads, somebody's lying. Somebody's not being true to themselves and what they truly want. It's not to say that y'all should argue all the time. I'm just saying if there's none at all, something's not right.
Yeah, and it's not to say that you gotta argue. Sometimes it's all about picking and choosing battles, because there's some battles that's not worth fighting over.
Facts.
It's just like, why?
Facts.
Then there are some that is worth fighting over because you strongly feel that you deserve or should be a certain way. Yeah. And it's okay. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to feel the way you feel. That's okay.
So with of course, the song title being The First Cut is the Deepest, do you think the first one is the deepest?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No, I don't think it's the deepest.
Good job.
Yeah, we agree on that one because you can get cut even deeper later on in life. You see, my first cut was when I was in the 5th grade. You know what I'm saying? And that was minor. I feel like compared to the thing, to my marriage. I mean, and the other minor things that I've gone through. But the first cut is not I don't think it's ever the deepest. It's just the first blow to whatever you was feeling. So it's like, damn.
Yeah.
How do I bounce back from this? Because you never felt it before. You never felt that before ever in your life.
And when you're a kid, you take everything at face value.
Yes.
Everything is everything. When a baby cries because you took their rattle away, they think I'll never get it back. So they're crying as hard as they possibly can because they don't know what future.
That's their first cut.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we take everything at face value when we're younger.
Yep.
But I do also agree the first one is not the deepest. It's just the first one. It just obviously inexperience makes it feel like that. But I will say, for me, the more and more you don't learn the lesson, the worse and worse the cut feels.
Yes.
And I've experienced that too with all of my situationships. Because if you thought me walking on eggshells with that motherfucker was a cut when all that shit went south, oh, baby, I didn't learn my lesson after that one. I was, 23 at that age?
And that's the thing.
I ain't learned my lesson after that one.
You gotta, if you don't learn from it's gonna happen again.
Yep, and I continued. So I continued walking on eggshells, and I thought I wasn't, but I was, because sometimes I would make my little demands and think I was doing something. But when you're receiving less than bare minimum, the next person who does even close to bare minimum, bro, you're like, oh my God, he's great. He did this for me, and people are like, bro, those are crumbs. That's not even the bare minimum. So I was going through these situationships. Just getting not the worst. I wasn't being blatantly disrespected, but I was definitely not getting anything that was close to my true value.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
No one was blatantly in my face playing in my, well, they were playing in my face. I didn't realize, but they weren't like disrespecting me, and I was just putting up with any old thing. That's not it. But it was definitely, I was learning so slow, and I just kept thinking, why am I going through these cuts so much? And they got deeper and deeper and deeper. I remember being 27 and literally just having a mental breakdown, crying on the floor, just going crazy because I just couldn't believe I was still in the same situation from when I was 21 or even before that. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, the first one's not the deepest. If you don't learn the lesson, honey, it's going to get deeper. Let's go ahead and move on. We're about to get out of here. We're going to do an 86. It's a real quick one.
Okay.
86. Which one are you going to 86? Getting shot? Not dying, but just getting shot, or going through a heartbreak worse than your previous heartbreak?
Damn. Shoot me.
Yeah.
Shoot me in the arm or something like that.
You don't get to pick.
Damn. But I'm not going to die?
It just says getting shot.
No,
you're not going to die.
Okay, shoot me.
Because heartbreak doesn't kill you. You can't die from broken heart.
Yeah.
But that's, the end goal is not goal, but the
end goal.
the end situation is not you dying. It's just you got shot.
Yeah, shoot me.
Shoot you.
Shoot me. Shoot me.
You wouldn't want to go through something worse than what you'd already experienced?
Shoot me.
Shit, you could take me out the game if you want to, really, because I ain't about to go.
Shoot me. Goddamn.
Man, like, yeah, shoot me too.
We agreeing again. Shoot us.
Yeah.
Cause no. Not my first heartbreak, but one of the
last-
heartbreaks, the worst heartbreak that I've been through had me in the deepest depression, like not eating. Like when I would try and eat, when I'm trying to eat, my stomach would not let nothing settle on my. It felt like I was sick. Like
no,
that's how
for
bad it
me, it felt guilty to eat. I felt guilty eating.
was. Like I would literally wake up in the morning with anxiety, throwing up, just straight throwing up.
And I haven't done that, but I'm not a throw upper.
That's how it was for me. That's how it was. So I could not keep food down at all whatsoever. I was losing weight.
I remember it's one of my worst. It's still in debate if it's the worst or not. But one of my worst ones, just where I was, I remember crawling into my mom's bed for a week straight. And I had to sleep with my mother. And I was in my big age, y'all. I wasn't like 21, 20. No, big age. I had to sleep with my mom for a week straight because I literally lost who I was in that relationship. So it was just like, I don't know what to do. And it was so crazy because my mom is Caribbean. So, you know, Caribbeans, they're going to be real, just figure it out type. I mean, some black parents too or whatever. But just kind of like get over it type shit.
Real blunt.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I remember being so broken. I was like, Mom, I cannot hear this from you right now. That's fine that you feel that way, but I'm here because I can't.
Right.
And I remember just standing up to her, and it didn't even feel like standing up like, oh, I'm standing. It literally felt like, yo, I don't have anything. I just need to be here. Let me be here. You don't have to do or say nothing.
Right.
Just let me be here.
Yeah.
She understood it. It was weird because she just went quiet, understood it, and then would do small things, little things to show that she was there.
And that's what it takes to slowly get you back on your feet.
Oh, it did.
Small things.
Because once that week was over, like the day where I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna, stay. Yeah. She was like, you're not staying with me. You're good.
You sure?
Yeah. You sure? Yeah. It's fine. You could stay longer. Right. You know what I mean?
Even if she didn't really mean it, it's just the simple fact that she was allowing it and she was being there for you.
Yeah.
I'm sure that meant the world to you.
Yeah.
That meant the world. Because, I mean, to curl up in a ball and just be right there with your mom, like, you felt like a kid in that moment because of the situation that took place. You was vulnerable. For sure. And I'm sure she ain't like seeing her baby like that. No matter how old we get. That's one thing y'all got to remember. No matter how old we get, we still our parents' kids. Yeah. So we still going to want to curl up into a ball. I've had time. At that time when I went through what I was going to do, I wanted to curl up into a ball and lay in my mom's bed and just like be there and just not. I'm not gonna say not live because I wanted to live, but like not live in the sense that I didn't want to leave the house. I didn't want to do shit. But I was in the military. I can't. It's none of that. I could not live. I had to go. I had to go to work every single day. I couldn't just take off work. I couldn't do none of that. Them folks say I'm sorry. Yeah. But you still got to be here. Thank you for your service.
That should be a reason to leave work. Heartbreak is nothing to fuck with, bro. So shoot us because my job don't care.
shoot me, nigga. Goddamn.
Don't care if I'm shot. Yeah. They don't care if I got heartbreak.
I'll heal from that shit. That shit gonna hurt at that point. But you know what? With them drugs, I'll be all right. Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and tip the bar and get out of here. So to tip the bar, for me, I had already said it. I had wrote it down because I already knew this was going to be my tip. Just make sure you look at all angles when you're getting back into a relationship. Whether you're healed or not, just look at all those angles. Are you ready to suit up? If you're not, hey, chill out.
Sit back and relax.
Yeah. What about you?
For me, just like she said in the song, the first cut is definitely the deepest. Not the deepest. The first cut is going to be deep, though. I'm not going to say it's going to be the deepest. I'm going to say it's going to be deep, but it's all about what you do with that cut. So either you're going to learn from it, or you're going to allow it to keep happening, and then you're going to get cut deeper and deeper and deeper. And then now you're going to get to the point where you're damn near dying, right? Or looking for somebody to bring you back to life. Facts. So learn from it, move forward, know the signs also, and just Keep yourself going.
Come on, Pastor Will.
You know what I'm saying?
What they say? Amen.
Amen.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode of Bar2Bar. You can follow our page, Bar2Bar page, at Bar2Bar Podcast on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at ooh.nicolette.
And you can follow me on Instagram at cap_ransom. Again, we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to the regulars.
Shout out to the
Shout
regulars.
out to the newcomers. Become a regular. Subscribe, like, comment. Please comment. Leave your opinions. We love the opinions. And if you're going to clap at us, we're going to clap back. You hear me?
Thank you guys so much for watching. Cheers.